My phone abruptly cut off while I was doing my review of Star Trek Picard Episode 2, Disengage Season 3, final season. And basically I just wanted to sum up that how, that even though it's only 2 episodes in, it's having to wait another 7 days before we get the 3rd part. But in some ways I'd rather get the parts weekly rather than get them all in one lump sum. It's just that in that anticipation. But as I was saying in the first part, is that the only couple of things that worry me about the season, that could be a potential worry, is obviously whether or not they can carry on the story from episode 1 to episode 9, or I don't know if it's 10 episodes. Whether or not they can carry on strong, because so far the 2nd episode has been strong. And the second thing is, I'm hoping that it gets a really good ending. Now, it would be nice if, if we can get to see the characters again, and maybe in their own shows or whatever it is they decide to do. But what I will also want to see is a satisfying ending, which doesn't give a kick in the teeth to the fans. Because obviously with Nemesis wasn't kind of like a great ending. I mean, I could see what they were trying to do, but it kind of wasn't a great ending. And so I'm hoping that we get a satisfying conclusion at the end of this final season of Star Trek Picard. But as I said before, all in all, really enjoying the actual season. It feels like as I said before, it feels like a feature-length motion picture movie, which obviously with the technology these days and everything being filmed on digital cameras and the budget that they've been able to use, obviously the special effects compared to the previous other Star Trek series in the past, prior to just before Enterprise had its run. Things I would like to see, I'd say between now and the end, obviously we're going to get the Next Generation crew back, but I'm hoping that we see some Deep Space Nine characters. I mean, that kind of would be nice, and also some Voyager as well. Obviously, we're not going to get any of the Enterprise characters, which would be nice, because obviously that was set in the past, so we're not kind of going to get that. But but it just would, it would be nice, maybe some Easter eggs here and there. But all I'm hoping for is a good villain, and so far from what I've seen of the villain, she does look really good so far and menacing. And even though I thought at the end credits where that laugh that she has, so I'm hoping big things, that we get like a really satisfying, meaty, fleshed out, well written villain, which I'm hoping for, because we don't get that much in Star Trek, or pretty much in any shows these days. So I'm really kind of hoping that that the potential that we've seen so far is kind of really great. So as I said before, that's what I'd like to see: some action, good story development on the Next Generation characters, as I said before, a satisfying ending and a good flowing story from start to finish. So, and that's all I basically want. I'm not asking for a complete masterpiece here, because I know some people want a lot, have high expectations, and then obviously you don't kind of fulfill them. My expectations with anything these days is kind of optimistic, and that's all you can do, because whenever you have a high expectation of something, you're always going to be let down, whether it's in movies, TV shows, video games, etc, etc. So I always like to stay optimistic. But as I said before, I'm really enjoying the series, and I can't wait for episode 3 to see how Picard and co are going to get out of this predicament, because obviously their ship is no match for that villain's ship when it comes to firepower. So yeah, that's my review of Star Trek Picard Episode 2, Disengage. Well, that's what it's titled, Season 3, final season.